Hello, and welcome to SpeakLoop, the podcast where we learn to speak English naturally, confidently, and without fear. I'm James, and I'm so glad you're here today. In this episode, we're going to talk about something really useful, something you need in real life. We're going to learn how to talk about your job in English. Maybe you're a student. Maybe you work in an office. Maybe you're a teacher, a driver, a chef, or a doctor. It doesn't matter what you do. What matters is that you can talk about it clearly and confidently in English. And today, I'm going to show you how, step by step, word by word, sentence by sentence. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know difficult grammar. You just need simple words, simple sentences, and a little bit of practice. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. First, let's start with the most common question. What do you do? This is a question people ask when they meet you for the first time. It's a polite way to ask about your job, and you need to know how to answer it. The easiest answer is very simple. You say, I am a, and then you say your job title. For example, I am a teacher. I am a nurse. I am a student. I am a driver. I am a chef. Very simple, very clear. Let's practice together. I'll say a sentence, and then you repeat it. Ready? I am a teacher. Now you repeat. Good. I am a doctor. Now you repeat. Great. I am a student. Now you repeat. Excellent. You're doing really well. Now, what if you don't work right now? Maybe you're looking for a job. Maybe you're taking a break. That's okay. You can say, I'm not working right now. Or you can say, I'm looking for a job. Or, I'm studying at the moment. These are all good answers. Let's try those too. I'm not working right now. Repeat. I'm looking for a job. Repeat. I'm studying at the moment. Repeat. Perfect. You're building confidence with every sentence. Now, let's go a little deeper. After you say your job, people might ask, where do you work? This is another very common question. And again, the answer is simple. You say, I work at, or I work in, and then you say the place. For example, I work at a hospital. I work in a school. I work at a restaurant. I work in an office. I work at a bank. Notice the difference. We say at for a specific place like a hospital or a bank. We say in for a general area like a school or an office. Let's practice this together. I work at a hospital. Repeat. I work in an office. Repeat. I work at a supermarket. Repeat. Great job! You're learning fast. Now, what if you work from home? That's very common these days. You can say, I work from home, or you can say, I work online. Both are correct. Let's try them. I work from home. Repeat. I work online. Repeat. Excellent. Okay, now let's talk about what you do at your job. People might ask, what do you do at work? Or, what does your job involve? This is where you describe your daily tasks. Don't worry, you don't need long explanations, just short, simple sentences. For example, if you're a teacher, you can say, I teach students. If you're a nurse, you can say, I help sick people. If you're a chef, you can say, I cook food in a restaurant. If you're a driver, you can say, I drive a taxi. Very simple, very clear. Let's practice a few more. I sell products to customers. Repeat. I answer phone calls. Repeat. I write reports. Repeat. I fix computers. Repeat. You're doing so well. Keep going. Now, let's add a little more detail. You can say what time you work or how long you work. For example, I work from 9 to 5. I work 8 hours a day. I work in the morning. I work at night. I work on weekends. These sentences help people understand your schedule. Let's try them together. I work from 9 to 5. Repeat. I work 8 hours a day. Repeat. I work at night. Repeat. I work on weekends. Repeat. Perfect. You're building real English skills right now. Okay, now here's something really helpful. Let's talk about how you feel about your job. This makes the conversation more personal and more interesting. You can say things like, I like my job. I love my job. My job is interesting. My job is stressful. My job is boring. My job is challenging. Let's practice these feelings. I like my job. Repeat. My job is interesting. Repeat. My job is stressful. Repeat. My job is challenging. Repeat. Great work. Now you're not just answering questions, you're having a real conversation. You can also talk about your coworkers or your boss. For example, I work with a great team. My boss is very kind. My colleagues are friendly. I work alone most of the time. These sentences help you describe your work environment. Let's try them. I work with a great team. Repeat. My boss is very kind. Repeat. My colleagues are friendly. Repeat. I work alone most of the time. Repeat. You're doing amazing. Now let's practice putting it all together. Imagine someone asks you, what do you do? You can give a full answer using everything we just learned. Let me give you an example. Listen carefully. I'm a teacher. I work at a primary school. I teach young children. I work from 8 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. I like my job. It's interesting, but sometimes it's tiring. I work with wonderful people. That's a full answer. It's not too long, it's not too short, it's just right, and it sounds natural. Now, let's practice building your own answer. I'll guide you step by step. First, say your job. For example, I'm a nurse. Now add where you work. I work at a hospital. Now say what you do. I help patients and give medicine. Now say your schedule. I work from 7 to 3. Finally, say how you feel. I love my job. It's rewarding. Now it's your turn. Think about your job or your studies. Build your own answer in your mind. Say it out loud. Don't worry about mistakes. Just practice. The more you speak, the better you become. Let me give you a few more example answers so you can hear different jobs and different ways to talk about them. Listen and repeat if you want. I'm a nurse. I work at a hospital in the city. I take care of patients every day. I work 12-hour shifts. My job is hard, but I love helping people. I'm a graphic designer. I work from home. I create images and logos for companies. I work about 6 hours a day. My job is creative and I really enjoy it. I'm a student. I study engineering at university. I go to classes in the morning and study in the library in the afternoon. It's challenging, but I'm learning a lot. I'm a sales assistant. I work at a clothing store. I help customers find what they need. I work from 10 to 6. My job is busy, but my coworkers are really nice. Now you've heard different examples, you've practiced the sentences, you've learned the structure, and now you're ready to talk about your job in English confidently and clearly. But there's one more thing I want to teach you today. It's really important. Sometimes people will ask follow-up questions. Questions like, how long have you worked there? Do you like your boss? Is your job difficult? You need to be ready for these too. Let's practice a few answers. How long have you worked there? You can say, I've worked there for 2 years, or I've worked there since last year, or simply, not long, just a few months. Let's try it. I've worked there for 2 years. Repeat. I've worked there since last year. Repeat. Not long, just a few months. Repeat. Well done. Another common question is, do you like your boss? You can say, yes, my boss is very supportive, or my boss is okay, or honestly, my boss is a bit strict. It's okay to be honest, but stay polite. Let's practice. My boss is very supportive. Repeat. My boss is okay. Repeat. My boss is a bit strict. Repeat. Great job. Now, what if someone asks, is your job difficult? You can say, yes, it's quite difficult. Or, not really, it's pretty easy. Or, sometimes it's hard, but I manage. These are all natural answers. Let's try them. Yes, it's quite difficult. Repeat. Not really, it's pretty easy. Repeat. Sometimes it's hard, but I manage. Repeat. You're doing excellent. Okay, now I want to give you some bonus vocabulary. These are useful words you can use when talking about work. Listen carefully and repeat after me. Salary. That's the money you earn. Repeat. Colleagues. Those are the people you work with. Repeat. Shift. That's the time period you work. Repeat. Deadline. That's the time you must finish something. Repeat. Promotion. That's when you move to a higher position. Repeat. Overtime. That's when you work extra hours. Repeat. Meeting. That's when people gather to talk about work. Repeat. Task. That's a piece of work you need to do. Repeat. These words are very common in work conversations. The more you use them, the more confident you'll sound. So practice them. Write them down. Use them in sentences. Now let me show you how to use some of these words in real sentences. Listen and repeat. I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. Repeat. I'm working overtime this week. Repeat. My salary is okay. Repeat. I have a deadline on Friday. Repeat. You see? When you know these words, you can talk about your job with more detail and more confidence, and that's exactly what we want. Before we finish, I want to give you one final challenge. I want you to imagine this situation. You meet someone new. They ask you, what do you do? I want you to answer them using everything we learned today. Talk about your job. Say where you work. Say what you do. Say your schedule. Say how you feel. And if you can, use one or two bonus words like colleagues, shift, or deadline. Take your time, speak clearly, and don't be afraid. You can pause this podcast right now and practice out loud. Or you can write your answer in your notebook. Or you can record yourself on your phone and listen back. Any of these methods will help you improve. Remember, speaking English is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. It's about trying. It's about practicing a little bit every single day. And you're doing that right now. You're here, you're listening, you're learning, and that's amazing. Let me tell you something important. Every time you practice speaking, even just one sentence, you are getting better. Your brain is learning, your mouth is learning, your confidence is growing. So don't stop. Keep going. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself. Talking about your job in English is one of the most useful skills you can have. You'll need it in interviews. You'll need it when you meet new people. You'll need it when you travel. And now you have the tools. You have the words. You have the sentences. You're ready. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you feel more confident. I hope you learned something new. And I hope you'll practice what we talked about today. Because practice is the key to fluency. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who's learning English. And don't forget to practice every day. Even just 5 minutes makes a big difference. Until next time, keep speaking, keep learning, and keep growing. I'm James, and I'll see you in the next episode of SpeakLoop. Goodbye.